There we go. I
On
think we're
the
on.
air.
What's up, man?
On
How are
the
you?
air. We are on the air. I'm okay. How are
Awesome.
you?
Good, man. If anybody's out there, and I'll have to probably monitor the comments, but if anybody's out there watching, let us know if you can hear us.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, I'm doing well. We trying to think how long it's been. Probably like a couple of weeks, and we I think we had said we would try and do one sooner than that, but I guess that's
Yeah,
what happens. How's everything else?
I guess
Everything
that
else
works
going, man?
out. Busy, working, having fun, shoes, styles, all that.
It's all going well.
Yeah, everything's going well. No craziness, no. Oh, guess what?
What is that?
You copied me with your watch,
Wait, I
with
copied
your
you?
silver Omega. Yeah, this is the blue Omega.
Yeah, I was gonna say that thing. Wait, which one is that? The Aquaterra?
Yeah.
It is.
What?
Yours is the Aquaterra.
Yeah,
Wait, can
that's what
you
I told you.
put that back up on the camera? That's nice. Yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
what is it? That's um I can't think of the exact name or what, I guess it doesn't matter, but the I'm gonna say older, but I don't mean like older. I just mean like it's the like the model like before the most current model. Is that right?
Yeah, it is right about. Yeah, it's right about. I have had this guy for a few years, so yes,
Yeah, I was gonna say, like
definitely a older model.
I'm not. I don't even know anything about the watch I have, but the only thing that I'm able to differentiate those two models by is like the one has uh, so like mine has, and it's dirty, which is kind of not dirty, but just so this one has the date on the bottom, like at 6 o'clock, and I think on
Yeah,
yours the date has it at three
at
o'clock.
the 3 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's I was caught in the middle between the gray and the blue, but I think if I knew I was gonna have like multiple watches in a very like quick turnaround or quick like time frame, I would have gone with
Hmm.
the blue. But I thought like this silver was a little
Yeah, that's
easier.
a very nice pick. The silver, I think, is a good choice.
Yeah, I think I probably couldn't have gone wrong either way. But um,
Mm.
cool. Let's get into the shoes. Um, I think we were going to talk about like leather. Or we are going to talk about just like how leather ages? Because I feel like that's a topic that like a lot of people bring
Yeah.
up. Um, I was gonna say like one, and so like I'll throw these two ideas out there and see which one you are more animated about and which one you would want to talk about more. But um, like leather aging in the sense of like somebody's trying to evaluate if they should get a particular pair of shoes, and they're like, well, I need to see how that shoe ages and how it creases and what it looks like, after a couple of years.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's always like it's a very logical question, but it's
Yeah,
like unless it's just like really
but
bad leather or bad craftsmanship, like shoes are gonna last. Like it's gonna take a while for that to degrade. And then the other one, I think the other topic. So that was the first one. The other possible topic is fitting, specifically for loafers because obviously it's
yeah.
summer and like there's the common rule of thumb. I guess all rule of thumbs are common, but the rule of
Hmm.
thumb to kind of size down for a loafer, and the fact that that's never like worked for me. I'm not sure if it has for you, but I figured you have a lot more experience in both of those realms than I do.
Hmm.
Which one? Which topic is
Oh, we can do both because I already have a few loafers out here and ready, and the leather quality on them are actually very nice.
All right. Well, then let's start with the loafers. Which so I guess well I think the obvious question there. Sorry, this camera angle is bothering me. The obvious question is, do you size down, or like how do you?
Um,
What's the rule of thumb for
Not
your?
necessarily, because my feet are not easy to fit. So most of the time, I need less of an instep, but more width. So if I were to size down, the width becomes too tight, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I for me, I either stay true to size or size down but add width. But another important thing about loafers is that the heel clip of the loafers play in a very crucial part of the loafer staying on your feet. It's just not width or instep, but the heel clip is what matters.
Right. So like sizing down, or I guess like it's the like you could have like a very good fit everywhere, and like the heel, if the heel's not um
Tight.
clipped the right
It's
way,
not clipping tight. Yeah.
it's not going to hold your foot in, and then even if you were to size down, it's not going to change the shape of the heel. So
Mhm.
is that kind of where
Yeah.
what you're getting at? Like
So
there's more important factors than just like dropping half a size.
no, it's just because when you drop half a size, everything shrink back half a size, right? And depending on the maker, and the last, it's gonna drop from 5 to like 7 millimeters, which is a lot, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But then, if you don't have enough heel clip, like heel clip is just what I'm referring here.
Oh,
You see, it goes in like that, like this
yeah,
part is a heel clip that it clip onto the heel, so it will not slide around. That's one. Your when you walk, your hip, your heel is going to stay at the same place if the heel clip is good and tight.
right.
Otherwise, your heel is going to be like that.
Yeah, I was thinking. So I think I was like on the um same concept, but I guess when I was thinking heel clip, I was thinking like the looking at it from the back view and like how narrow like
That that's the
that
that's the
cone is
that's the
that
heel that's the heel cup size, because this is like it goes up to your ankle.
right, that has
This
a
is
really good shape.
another part that needs to be like you know well shaped and tight. But then like the whole thing, let's say the whole heel cup has a heel clip, has this, the heel clip is like around here. So it's like a 3D three-dimensional thing,
Yeah.
right? It goes around, but then it goes up. So without any of this dimension, the heel clip is not good enough. This is a good example of a beautiful, excellent heel clip, right? Um, I will go grab an example of a really large heel, really, wide heel clip. Ooh, look at that. That's cool.
And who is that first pair from?
That is Grazia Taipei. The brand is, Grazia from Taipei, but then they call themselves Grazia Taipei. So we just go with that. All right. So here is an example of not as refined of a heel cup, right?
What is that Alan Edmonds?
See that? So the heel is like straight up, like there's no clipping in.
And that's
And
Alan
also, if you
Edmonds.
look it from the behind here, you can see how wide this is. Let me put them side by side, and we can see the difference. Oh no, why is it disconnected?
I was gonna say I can still hear
Let me
you.
try to. Yeah, I don't know why my Bluetooth headset is not
Uh,
connected. Let me try again. Connect. There we go. Hear me still?
yeah, yeah, I got you now.
All right. Anyway, so here's side by side. I wear both of these. See the huge difference, right? See how this the heel
Yeah,
on
that's
the see like this goes up and clip in. Like that's why we call it the clip, the heel clip because it's clipped into the heel.
it's pretty. It's a
This heel
pretty
clip is
noticeable
terrible.
difference.
Yeah, like huge. And that's
Yeah,
why this pair, cost me a lot of not a lot, but cost me blisters if I walk in them for like a whole day without socks. But this pair, I travel with them. I fly with them. I go through security. Go on the plane, get off the plane with them, and they are just fine. See, and then if you look at them side by side again, see that? See the top shoe? It clip in way more, right?
right. And is that the last or? So I'm trying to think. Like,
That's both. So that's the last, and also the time spent on shaping the heel by hand. Right, that's why you see the higher end shoes and bespoke and made to measure shoe with a custom last and that is handmade, or like whatever shoe that is higher quality. They spend more time refining this heel cup and heel clip. People may think or assume that this is uncomfortable, but this is actually much more
no,
comfortable because everybody has a very um, can have a fat heel, but everybody has a really tiny little shin,
yeah,
and the tendons are never that big. So this is what clip onto the top of the heel. This is the most important thing with heel fit on the loafers, because if you think about it, loafers don't have laces,
there's
right?
right.
So the only thing that hold the foot down is the instep and the heel, right? If you have a
Yeah,
huge, fat, big heel cup with a tiny bit of heel clip, you already lose half of the ability for the foot to stay on the shoe.
yeah. I guess I'm. So I'm trying. I'm thinking through like all the pairs I have now because, um, right now I'm thinking through all the pairs that I have because I feel like what I'm trying to what I'm trying to like I guess like conceptualize is like how I guess like you look at the last and is it just like how narrow of the spine they kind of bring that like tendon down on the last and then
Yeah.
they still have to like create the pattern so that it's graded and hangs up that high. Otherwise,
Mhm.
like if they could have it shaped perfectly, but if the pattern is cut too low, it's not gonna. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
so
See,
it's
this is the heel cup, the lasted shoe tree,
yeah,
the heel. So yeah, and then it comes to the pattern design, right? If this pattern, so a good pair of shoes, you can notice the huge difference on the outside inside of the ankle,
right,
because it because human anatomy, the outside ankle joints always um what's the word, lower than the inside ankle joint.
right. They're
So
like
the pattern has to
asymmetric
mimic
or
that. Yep, it's asymmetric, so the pattern design has to follow that too, right?
and that is I know you told us who it is, but like what is that bespoke or like what level shoe is that? And like what so I
this
guess like this
this
the
is
two
this is
go ahead.
this is like a more bespoke level, but a good ready to wear maker, they can still make this kind of work.
That
It just takes more time. That's why the cost is way more, and the mass produced, mm, you know, shoemakers, they don't want to do it because they rather make it cheaper, sell for more.
right. I guess so I
Mm,
guess like
You know
that's
what I
what I
mean?
was gonna say is like um it's not something that can only be done in like a fully bespoke shoe or a handmade shoe. Like it can be done. It's really just a matter of if the shoemaker kind of like prioritizes
Yeah,
and takes
it's a matter of
what's
like if the
accessible.
shoemaker would spend the time to do it. That's all there's to it. It's just yeah, like you can there is well fit clothes and there's oversized clothes, right? But they can still come from a ready to wear or made to order. It does not have to be bespoke all the time. Quality can be made, but it's just if the maker is willing to spend the time and work extra to make it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, and not to make like a sharp transition here, but I will a little bit. So like one of the things that I was most impressed with this pair of Joe Works that you sent me is exactly that. Like it
Yeah.
is let me see if I can grab like this other view here. But in the meantime, like it is very, very kind of like distinct with how like that shape that you're kind of talking about. And I'll just do it from here for now. Like
There we go.
it's
See?
super like asymmetric kind of from one
Yeah,
side to the other. And then like
exactly.
when you look at it from the side, like on the heel, like it has a really tight and kind of like clean.
Yep. Tight clip
Yeah.
like that. Like clip it to the heel. Yep.
And that's just
And then you yep. And if you look from the side here, it's like really thin down up here. So yeah.
right, like that cone or that top line shape is pretty
Mhm.
see if I can line that up. Like it's
There, perfect,
that
perfect.
was
Just right.
this was like
Just
the
like that.
this is like one of the most like impressive things that I've seen so far about this shoe. Besides just like
Yeah.
everything being like very clean, like the fact that like they're able to make this shape in a what like Goodyear welded shoe. Like
Yeah, like
this
and
specific
it
shape
is
around
ready
here.
to wear, you know?
Yeah.
It is ready to wear, made to order level. But they put a lot of work and effort and time into it. So that's why it has the function that we are looking for.
Yeah,
Of
that's it.
course it costs much more, but we know that it is better.
When you say cost much more, like what I probably should know this because I'm getting a pair from Joe Works, but like what is it? The pricing that I remember was like ending was coming to around like $1,000 with shoe trees and shipping. Does
Yeah,
that
right about.
does
Yeah.
that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right about because there are so many shoemakers on the market that can make similar in term of aesthetics, similar in term of material, but then that extra tiny little work is what set the higher quality maker apart from the um, average maker, right? Because it needs to be done by hand, it needs to be done with a lot of work into it. So the time they have to spend extra on it reflect on the selling price. Because let's face it, like there are people that sell shoe for half of that price with the same materials, same quality of materials, same level of service, and similar aesthetics and pattern design, right? But
Yeah,
this
it's
little thing in these shoes are what set them apart.
yeah. So I mean, these are hopefully, and you can see this. I think I updated the
Yep.
so like it's just a very like clean looking pattern, but like if you look at like the shape of the, and I have an Acme shoe tree in here, but even
Yeah.
without that, like that's not giving this like the shape. Like you can see like from the profile there, it just has a very like elegant
Yeah.
shape, and it has a lot of like the
It is
lasting details that
extremely elegant, right?
yeah, like it's got a lot of the details in the pattern and in the last like that. The heel is really like the most impressive thing. That's kind of that I keep
Yeah.
talking about, but like and this
See, and then you can see the asymmetrical opening. Yep, asymmetrical opening, higher on one side, significantly higher on one side and significantly lower on the other side. And you can see the twisted cone in the last.
Yeah. And I mean, besides all that stuff, just the actual there we go. Maybe that's a little like the stitching on it, the uh the leather quality, but then I can't think of what I'm the skiving. Like it's just very like kind of
Like really finesse, right?
right. It's just
Really finesse, really,
yes,
really clean.
that's a perfect word for it. Like it's not overly exaggerated in any one place, but it's just kind of like effortlessly like flowing together. So yeah, so let me kill that and we'll kind of get back to looking at our two beautiful faces there. But so
Yeah,
so yeah, so like for loafers, and I think I could run over there and grab like a few examples, but I don't think it would add that much value other than what everything that you
yeah,
just described. So like if for folks that um haven't really tried that many out yet, or have tried like I feel like the Alden Leisure Hand Sewn, like that Van Last is pretty like commonly sought after, and it's always like problematic in the heel especially. So like
yeah.
what's
Like the
like
heel is exactly like this fat, like
that's what it
fat,
is, yeah.
big heel. Like it just, I don't get it.
So like what's like the best way to like if you don't have like a place to go try it on, like what's the best place or best way to try and figure out like is it better to just kind of like stick with the sizing that you know and then add like a tongue
Yeah.
pad, or
So
is there
I'd
really
say
no?
stick with the sizing you are familiar with, or just get just get something similar from the same maker in the used market to see if it works out for you before you throw all the money in and get a brand new pair.
Yeah, that's actually a really good. I mean, I knew that. I think probably like from us, and all your advice, but like I feel like it was the same thing with like other fitting where I didn't really know
Really?
like what a like properly fitting loafer felt like until
Yeah.
I knew what it felt like. So like I was wearing loafers that were like painful, and I just was like, well, this is just part of the break in, and it never broke in. Well, it broke in, but just, it never got rid of the pain. So I think like finally after like getting the pair from Antonio and then Lee, um, I realized that like everything else doesn't really fit, except there are two pairs that I've gotten that before then that did fit, which is the Crockett and Jones and the pair from Zeb. Those are the only two that are like stock last. Well, I guess Zeb isn't stock last.
Zeb is not. Zeb is like really custom.
Yeah, but it wasn't
But then
custom
it
for my
comes back.
foot.
Well, yeah, but it comes back to the point that we talked about is the extra time and skill spent on shaping that,
Yeah.
shaping the last, shaping the heel cup.
So like, is that like, do you think like the makers like Crockett and Jones, um, you'd have a better bet with like a Crockett and Jones last versus like an Alden last, like just some of the makers that have a bit more like refinement in their last, or is
Yeah,
it?
there are ready to wear makers, made to order makers, non bespoke makers have the ability to do it. Um, but I have not had a real experience with new Crocker and Jones loafers, so I
Yeah.
cannot speak for them. But then with a different uh,
What is this?
what is it?
Loafer
Um,
maker.
yeah, different loafers maker or different shoe maker. This is also from England. This is Cleverly. You can still
When did you get?
see
Yeah.
the very even though it's not as refined as this pair that was like almost like bespoke for me,
Right. That's
but you
crazy.
can see this is like a little more refined than this pair right here.
And like it's when you put even just those two up next to each other, it doesn't reflect well on the on the pair on the top. Like I don't know what it
See the pair
is.
on the top, you can see that this line right here,
It's just the
it goes
top line.
almost straight up.
Right.
Like this goes almost straight up. But this line right here, it
It's
goes
it actually like
in
looks like the
here and
shape
then
of a
cup
foot.
in. Yep, it cup in a little, right? This is ready to wear. This is true ready to wear, but you can see the slight better refinement on a slightly more expensive pair. Let's put it that way.
Where are those? Which I know you said it's cleverly, but is that like the Kingsman or the just
This
old
is
like?
just a penny loafers.
But that's what I mean. Like the like what line is that? Is that just like they're ready to wear
Yeah, this is
stock?
their Goodyear ready to wear stock last, which is a very nicely made shoes. Like
Yeah.
super soft. The leather is super soft, and it is half lined.
What does
Um,
that mean? Oh,
super nice. Super nice.
yeah.
Summer shoe.
Yeah, I was gonna say I for some reason I was thinking when you said cleverly, I was thinking that you had a pair of exotics loafers. Was I? Is that the wrong? I thought you had a
Oh,
pair.
cleverly, I have a pair of exotic, but that was Allen Edmonds. That was actually, you know what? That pair was from the pair was from
And I thought it was black too.
about the 90s, but the heel clip is amazing. The make is amazing. Like I just don't have them here with me.
Yeah,
But
I mean
yeah, ready
that's
to
what
wear
I.
non-bespoke maker can make very nice shoes too.
Yeah, yeah. No, there's that's just like the one I was thinking that you were gonna use as the example there. But um, I think that's a good place to ask about like the leather because the like I feel like one of the biggest things because you were talking about like bespoke makers, so obviously like there's a certain level of leather that you're gonna expect there, but realistically, like that's not what a majority of people are
Yeah.
experiencing. So then you kind of like come down and you're looking at like Mecariello or Acme, St. Crispin's. I'm just throwing Joe Works in there because I have like the shoes in my hand, but like that
Mhm.
middle kind of tier between like bespoke and then like really like high quality, made to order or ready to wear, and then like kind of below that, in the $500-700 range. I feel like that's where you can really get good quality leathers, but I feel like there are imperfections that you're going to see from time to time, like small blemishes that probably have like little to no impact. But I feel like that's when people start to see aesthetic blemishes and it starts to
Yep.
like make them ask the questions and then they get like over concerned, myself included, thinking that like
Mhm.
this is going to be problematic and this shoe is not going to last me 20 years, 30 or 40 years. I need to avoid this brand at all cost or something like that. And it just seems, while completely again like a logical line of like thinking, like there's got to be like it's not going to actually impact like the life of the shoe that much. And like is there a huge um differentiator in like the quality of the leather as you kind of like go up, or like how do you kind of just I guess approach that entire spectrum of questions?
So I am not in the trade, so I cannot speak for the whole trade. But
I just mean like you as a customer, as a shoe enthusiast, like does that stuff bother you? Do you think about that, or did it used to? And experiences have taught you
um,
that it's not as cumbersome of a detail, or
one thing that beside the leather quality is that the fit of the shoes really show how the shoe will crease and react over time. Right. I have very shallow foot, so my toes are very thin. So with shoes that is have a thick toe box, um, like that, right? The creases are more pronounced, even if
yeah, that
the
looks.
leather is very high quality.
I was gonna say that looks like it's pretty fine, like leather creasing. Like you can't
Yep,
see
like
that.
that. There are more creasing, but the lines are very very fine. But come back to this pair. Like it is a plain toe. I wear these a lot, but you can see how fine the lines are, right?
Yeah. What that's patina though, right? Not that that
Yeah,
makes a difference,
this
but
is
like,
patina. This is like so with crushed leather. It is same as colored box calf. There is top quality and there's like mediocre quality. Um, and usually, like everything else in life, higher quality materials react more predictable.
like
Uh,
got
it is
got it.
it is much more predictable when you work with it and when you use it.
Yeah.
Um, but with like cheaper stuff, it's like it is extremely inconsistent and unpredictable. Like you may cut a pair of shoes from the exact same lower quality height, but they will absorb conditioner differently. They will absorb color differently, and they will crease differently.
And why is that? And like I'm just like, I think it makes sense because like my experience tells me that just like when you have like two pairs of shoes and one cap toe shines up
Mhm.
super easy and the other one just keeps like
Yeah,
taking the polish, taking the conditioner or whatever it is. Um is it just the variation of the thickness of the hide or how much it got
yeah,
stretched
because
or
it had yep. Because first with raw material, it was it was well, it was acquired at much lower cost, right? And then they will do some process into it to make the surface flat and kind of uniform. And then during the tanning process, it is cut down, right? So instead of a whole month, maybe 3 months for the hide, they may push the hide out of their factory in like a week.
so it's just
Which
a
make it
sorry, go ahead.
cut down on time and work and material, so they can sell it for cheaper. That's all there's to it.
Yeah. No, I mean I think that makes sense. And um from a longevity standpoint or like that common question where it's like, well, I want to see how that ages and how I want to find pairs
Oh
that
yeah,
have been there that have already been worn for like 5 years or 10 years. And I want to make sure that like the shoe's still going to be there. And it's like, and I get the question, but, um, does that, other than it just kind of taking, it could wrinkle differently, it could crease differently, it could take product differently, it could react to rain differently, but like, does that change the
yes,
longevity?
yes. So one thing I personally experienced is with lower quality leather shoe that I have after like 3 or 4 years. The top layer, if you look closely, it looks like it's about to peel right off from like the
Really?
bottom layer. Like yeah, the collar top layers like it's about to go off. Or sometimes the original colors just start to flick away.
I'm trying to think like what, and like now is that a an aesthetic thing or is that like functionally like the top layer is breaking down? Like
So if you think about it, the top layer is like the outermost layer, which is the barrier that protects
right.
the integrity inside against the element. But
So
during the process of trying to hide the perfect imperfections, it was sanded down or processed way too thin
okay,
that it
got it.
became like, hey, there's nothing else left.
That makes more sense now because that's um in order for them to save time, they are basically like compressing that top layer as
Mhm.
tight as they can get it
Yeah, thinning it down, like
to try
thinning
and
it
make it
down
look
to make
more
the surface
uniform.
very uniform. Yep.
And then because of that, it weakens it, and maybe like the left shoe stains when it rains. I didn't mean to say it like that, but the right shoe doesn't, and then like the left one, and it does that because the left one maybe is thinner on the top layer that got sanded down or just finished that way, and because of that, like that one starts to break down a little bit
Hmm.
earlier than the other. Is that
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's like really interesting, informative, but then it's like scary because I know like people like me that overthink everything could really like take
Mhm.
that idea or concept and like run with paranoid thoughts for like weeks
Which
about
you
their
like to
shoes.
do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, why
Yeah.
not? Like no, but I mean, I'm just saying like seriously, like I'm sure like while that it's like really comforting for some folks to like just understand the process or understand like the
Mhm.
characteristics and what it is that makes certain shoes better than others or certain leathers better than others. I'm sure there are just as many that are like, wait, so like that's how shoemakers are processing leather. So now I have to like find out and like have one more thing that I need to like look out for to make sure that I'm gonna get a shoe that's gonna like last me forever. But um,
Yep.
is that really like? I think like the moral of the story there is like it's still like as long as you're still going with like a reputable maker that's using
Mhm.
materials from a reputable tannery, like you're not really gonna experience that
Yeah.
often
You
or
know, just
quickly,
like,
are you?
yeah, not that often. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's maybe a little more comforting for the overthinkers that exist out here. But um, cool, man. Um, trying to think what else I have. One of these things that I'm maybe gonna start working on tonight is I got a bunch of products from Andy, and I was going to. I
Mhm.
think I was telling you or asking you about it. Hopefully, I can
Yeah.
get that late. What I was gonna make some videos, kind of just going through like the leather or shoe care process,
Hmm.
and
Actually, I have a few things here too, so we can go through that together.
I was gonna try and like break it down, or because I can't stand. I mean, and I say this as we're chatting for over half an hour, but like I was just saying like have like trouble sticking around and like watching videos that are 45 minutes and like even half that time sometimes depending on what the content is. So like trying to figure out how do you like break that full like care routine up into smaller chunks that
Yeah.
can live on their own. So like if someone wants to see like conditioning or cleaning, like that in itself is a full step or a full care routine. But then it's a
Hmm.
sequential like series of like videos that as a whole like is also the full process. So like I think I had like cleaning and conditioning, polishing or like applying like cream polish and paste and then high shine and then another video with like the water resistant cream. So like 4 videos is like that. Uh is that the easiest or most like logical way to
So
do that?
yeah, that's a very good way of doing it. Um, we can go through the whole routine,
How
or we can just go for the short, sweet, and lazy way, which is like clean up, condition, buff, done.
well
Right?
that
We have ways to do it.
that's actually a really good point. So I'm trying to I'm gonna stop like fiddling with all the different angles here and just ask. So like with the you got cleaning and conditioning, but if you use like the cleaner conditioner, do you
Yeah.
uh, do you apply you use like a you use this with a cloth to clean off the dirt?
No.
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 So then how do
No.
you clean it?
So so I use a very like my least favorite brush to start with. Well, let's take an example, right? Like if the shoes like spend a day in the desert or like in mud or something,
Desert.
um, let yep, just get a damp cloth and wipe over the shoe. Just wipe off the excess mud and dirt on it, and then after it's dry, the first thing you want to do is get a your least favorite horsehair brush
Is that the one
and
I
kind
gave
of
you?
go around the welt. No, this is of course my least favorite,
I know.
right?
I'm
So go around the welt. The welt is important. Go around the welt, right? Just go around the welt and then go brush off everything that's excessive dust and dirt off. There we go. So that's the first step to do always because because if you start putting cream conditioner on top of dirt and dust, it just doesn't, it does not do anything, or it just
Right.
simply cake everything up. You just put icing on a cake.
Sometimes it looks like that too, but um
Yeah.
yeah, but like you'll use, even if it's not, probably not every time. Well, I'd say for sure not every time, but like when you do need to actually like clean off the shoe, like you would use cleaner conditioner with a cloth, right?
Yeah, if you really want to clean off some of the old polish, yeah, you can use a very soft cloth and clean a conditioner
But then
and go over the whole
would you
shoe.
add another layer of cleaner conditioner with your fingertip as to condition it, or
Yes.
would you just jump to like the cream polish step?
So
I need one of those. I
so
feel
let's
like
use this. You run out.
I like go through those things like not even that I like use or like have like worn it out. It's more so just that I lose them, or one of my dogs takes them and just like probably like eats them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Is that just
right.
flannel? Is that what that
I don't
is?
know. I forgot. Yeah. Anyway, so after I brush off everything and I kind of want to remove the old polish. Here is the cleaner conditioner.
I say that's an old jar, but
Yeah.
that stuff it lasts like, how
And
old is
this is
that
a
one?
very good stuff. It lasts a long time.
Yeah,
What, 2 years, 3 years? You know,
I may
a
still
little
have
dip.
the like original jars that you sent me.
Yeah. You can barely see it,
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say I
it's
can't
like
even see
a
that.
tiny little dip. So yeah.
Ah, there it is. All right.
And I like to start from the heel, right? From the heel. Very quickly to the vam, to the tip, and back to the
Why?
heel so that I won't miss any area,
Oh,
right?
yeah. I was trying to figure out. Um, does that also help, because I feel like the toe is more susceptible to uh becoming oversaturated, whereas like for whatever reason the heels always like shine up easier. So is that just to kind of help, like by the time you get to the vamp in the toe, that like you didn't just put like a whole like dot of conditioner right on that, or is that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
Like
more of like a side?
you will yep, you will avoid putting a big glob of conditioner on the tip of the
Right,
toe.
because you've already like spread it out by the time you've gotten all the way around there, as
Yeah.
opposed to just like starting
Yep.
right there.
But then after I'm done with it, and I kind of let it dry. I can either brush it off, right?
But like you'll wait what, at least like 5-10 minutes, less than that.
Yeah, just leave it dry. Leave it dry on its own for like 5 minutes because it's a very thin coat of cleaner. The whole point is to clean, right? So it would dry off, and then
Yeah,
brush it off quickly.
that's
So this is the brush you gifted me,
that
right?
is that is.
So yep, yep, love it.
Does that
It's
one?
big.
Does that? Does that brush? I can't.
It
You
shred a
completely.
lot. It
That's what I was
shred a
gonna say.
lot.
Does it? It sheds a lot of bristles.
Look at that.
Dude,
I can still pull it.
so like that. That's I guess like the main reason that I got rid of all those and gave them away. But like I've had, so normally like when I used, and I like brush shoes a lot because like with Shell, like that's kind of like what you do for fun. But like
Yeah,
um
that's how you gain your biceps.
yeah, yeah, and get like tennis elbow and stuff. But I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. But like with those brushes, and like I don't mean to talk like bad about like that maker, but like I would have a pile of bristles on my lap and my desk and like wherever I was. But like since I've gotten these, like they're so, they at first they felt like they were like tiny, but like these haven't like shed any bristles ever.
So the thing with it is, I this is the general shoe shine brush, which I like it to be nice and large. But then for my real buffing, I use this pig bristle.
Yeah.
That's smaller,
Where's my?
so that the point is I can focus on a very small area and make it quick. And it actually works better if you have a smaller brush in
Yeah.
a smaller area.
But that's what I mean. Like the just like the not the size. Like that's not doesn't really matter. It's the fact that like I would end up with a lap full of bristles drove me
Yeah,
crazy.
the size of the brush doesn't matter. How you move the brush better. How you move the brush better matters. you
Yeah.
you started it. Or should I say how you fiddle the brush matters, right?
Yeah. I was saying like that was like probably like a very tame version of how that could have gone. Um
Anyway,
but yeah, like that so like that is actually the Kirby Allison or Wellington whatever pig bristle
yeah.
brushes are like
So
are some of the best brushes
the
that I've had that I've
yep.
gotten from
So
that.
the pig bristle brush from the Hanger Project is actually
Really
one of
good.
my most favorites.
Yeah.
It's very high quality.
The others like just shed bristles quicker than
Yeah, the other
something.
is like shed faster than an old aging kid, an old aging cat. You can see I can still pull it.
Yeah.
It's funny how this thing sheds so much, but then
It's
it kind
all
of works so well.
it
So I'm like, I'll
yeah,
just use
that's
it.
true. That is true, but like it would just drive me crazy to have bristles everywhere. So but anyways, like I you may you probably answered the question. I'm probably not paying attention. The you'll apply like another layer of cleaner conditioner as a as
Yes.
a conditioner with like your fingertip, and then you'll still use like pigmented cream polish, and then paste,
Yeah.
and
I may add cream polish.
is it like
I
an
may
either
not. It
or?
just depends on how busy I am. Yeah, it's either or. There's not really a need for it. It's a good to have, not a must have, right? Right, because I can I can do that. I can dip one dip here, and for the conditioner, like I will start at the vamp because that's where the shoe creased a lot the most. I start at the vamp, both sides of the vamp.
I'm severely slacking on the chat here. Sorry about that. I got carried away by Mr. Renworks's dirty jokes. What's up, Danny?
and
Ken
then
and Max.
and then go back and then go back around, right? Yeah, right there. Then go back around
And
and then
that's
back
still
up
the cleaner
again.
conditioner, right?
Yep, that's still this little jar.
And
It
that
smells
actually,
so good.
yeah, I was gonna say like sometimes like that takes. It's really it's on actually as I was about to say that I just kind of like checked myself on what I was gonna say is like some pairs will dry really fast with that. So like
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter how long it's been since I last conditioned them. So like I can't so like this pair of boots which I was going to use as one of the examples when I go through the
yeah.
care routine just because how fast this dries so it would make it a little bit easier. But like this dries really fast whereas like another pair of shell will take it'll almost like never feel like it'll never dry. And then the same thing with
Yeah.
um the Baker replica Russian reindeer that like
Mhm.
dries instantly. But
Yeah.
peccary leather like never seems to dry, no matter how
Like
little or
my
how
peccary is
infrequently.
it's just crazy. Like it takes forever to dry my pear
Why?
peccary.
Why? Like mine too.
I don't know. I don't know why.
Like it. Yeah,
Maybe it's the finish. It's the way they tan it. So who knows?
yeah. I mean, and it's probably like I'm not overdoing it, but I'm probably like uh giving it care when it doesn't actually like need it, like really, really need it. So it's probably like a bad reference point
Hmm.
because it's not like it's super dry, but no matter what, like even a dab of like cream polish or paste, even
Hmm.
if you put like paste on it, it feels like it's not drying. which is
Yeah,
like
it's
weird.
just I don't. This is the point that I don't know what it is because I've tried to experiment on the same shoes from the same maker from on the same leather, but they react different. Like they react totally differently. So I have no idea why.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess we just need to, we just need to test our own shoes to see how those will react, and then we just gonna draw the conclusion on the verdict, draw the verdict on our care routine for each pair. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. One of these, as I'm just like feeling this, like, and we can, I'm trying, wait, well, we have to finish the carotene. So, like, um, if you do, so the step that you just did, whether you use cleaner conditioner uh, or cream polish, like, after that, you are, unless it's like, we're going to eliminate like the fringe cases where it's like super dry or you're restoring something just like normal care. So, like, you would do one or the other and then paste and then, will you do paste if you're doing a high shine or using high shine paste, or will you just go right to the high shine paste?
So I like to use I like to build up with the like this pair. I build it up with the paste wax. Like I really build it up like same movement and motion and the amount like I use with the cleaner conditioner. Um, yeah, like a little dip and then go around the toe box, around just shy of the heel, the toe puff, so it won't break. So kind of go around several times until you cannot see. If you know serve it up the light, you cannot see the pores, the pore of the lead anymore. Then you can start going over with it. Go over it with the high shine wax and
And
water, and that's how you get it.
and the and we can like wrap it up here. I know I've said that a few times, but like one of the I just noticed there is like the maybe this one is a good example, like the gradient of shine to the part of the shoe that isn't shined
Yep.
is very like
Yep.
you, it's always the way that you do it is always very uh it's a gentle transition, or it just is a transition as opposed to just
It is
like shine and then
gentle
stop.
transition.
Yeah,
Yep.
so like how do you, is that just, well, how do you do it?
So it is the special, not special with mostly experience with the stroke, so that uh, I, I always start around the tip of the toe box because that's where the toe puff is the strongest, and there is the least impact of you walking with the shoe. And then start there, going circle slowly back to the end of the toe box, and that applies to the paste polish and buffing with the cloth and high shine. I always start right here, work my
Uh,
way back.
so it's almost like the opposite of what you were doing with the heel. Like instead you
Yep,
started at the
exactly.
heel, but now you like are starting on the toe so that
Yep,
you get the most, you get the most product on the front and then the least back
yeah,
here, but that begins to create that smooth
that
transition.
gradient, effect. Yeah, you can see from my pair here. It's hard to see, but you can see the gradient, the transition effect, right? See, like it slowly transition,
Yeah.
like it's really shiny at the tip, but slowly getting less of a mirror effect as you go down the vamp.
And the so I don't know, I couldn't see it there, but I saw something that I thought that it was there, and I wish so like this is not cracking. Well, I don't think that it
No,
is.
not at all. Nope,
But
not at all. That's the whole point of a gradient.
yeah, but I was gonna say, so it's not actually cracking, but this is just like like if you were giving this a very quick glance, like you would think that it's like wrinkled or it's creased into the toe cap, but like that's not what this is. So like, is that
So
I
it
guess
is
my
because
question
the
is
old mirror shine. It is the old mirror shine get
just
dry
dried.
up, and then, and the wax, and the wax shrink, but the leather does not shrink. So the top layer shrink, but the bottom layer does not shrink. So that's why it causes a little wax wrinkle. You can easily remove it with a little heat and wipe it off, or you can just use cleaner conditioner to melt it away.
So like, what would you do? I'm
I
gonna end it
I
here. Do
I'm
you
lazy.
clean it or do you heat it up?
Yeah, I
You heat
heat it
it up.
up. I heat it up. Slightly heat it up, and it will melt right away
You
because
just put
wax
it.
melt.
You just put it in like the frying pan.
Yeah, just turn your oven to 375. Put it in for 15 minutes.
But seriously, like, what do you use a hair dryer?
I Yeah, I use either a hair dryer or a heat gun on low settings, and just go back and forth around that area that was wrinkly, and it would just melt itself in, and then you can just buff it off easily with water, and it will take care of itself.
I would say I actually. Now we can actually end it on this, but I gotta think about my words here so I can talk. But the excuse me. And I can add your beautiful face back into the conversation here since I got rid of you. But um, let me. So this guy, let's grab Bren. All right, and you'll be back in 3,
Right
2,
there.
publish. All right, cool. So there you are. Yeah, the thing that I was thinking about is your video for of these
Hmm.
where you did that on and
What? Who?
you had a YouTube video of this
Yeah.
pair of shoes where you just did what we were just talking about, where you used like a heat gun to fix the mirror shine. So I gotta find
Yep.
that now because otherwise,
Oh, it's been a while. It's been a long time. It's what, 5 years?
yeah. But like my brain will stop working if I can't find that video. So let's see where.
Oh, I'm running out of battery. Let me plug in really quick.
Oh no, sorry.
Plug my charger in.
I'm probably running
Let
out
me
of
plug my
battery here
charger.
too. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna grab this and throw it into the description
In.
here.
Chat, right? There. Whoops.
I don't even know if I didn't. Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that because
That ring a bell, huh?
yeah, no, just the battery. Like I wasn't even paying attention to my battery.
Oh, yeah.
I probably
See,
need
I,
to.
I got you covered, man. I got you covered.
But yeah, I'll drop this. I think this link is now in the chat, but I'll put it on the video here as well. And there's the video.
Mhm.
So how do I how do you do a comment? And what's this like thing? Do you have to do that?
It's on the right hand side. See? Yeah. Say something. Yeah.
See something, say something, right?
See something. Say something. Yeah.
I say that the shoes look like. Are these the same
Yeah. The
shoes?
shoe looks super nice, right? Yeah. These are
Yeah.
the same shoe. Lucky you.
I would say like this is they look like they're like brand new in there. It's like you never
Well,
even wore them.
there. Wore them like a few times.
They are like, and I'll have to make another video about these,
Mhm.
but like it's and obviously like we're kind of wrapping up in the uh words escape me. The angle isn't the best here, but let me
Yeah.
I can make this I can make it bigger, you know? Um
Yeah, you can make it bigger, maybe. Not absolutely sure though.
so the sole is like, there's barely any wear on it, but
Yeah,
you can if I can keep this focus there, like you can just see
yeah,
like the quality of the finishing on the bottom is like
yeah. Like see that the very nice, elegant line to the waist, and the nice, elegant, soft spade shape to
this
the sole. It's just,
this
it's just great.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna say this angle where you can it
very nice hump.
yeah, I was gonna say like I don't even know like how often I like do this, but I just as I made this angle with the shoe, like I recall doing this in a few like photos, and like it gives you a very good view of like it may not
Yep.
be a fiddleback, but you can see if they did any work on the waist. and then it also
See,
gives
that's
you
what I like. I like this kind of slightly
it gives you
hump,
this.
round, yep, round a waist over a fiddle back waist. It just, I just think it looks better
Yeah,
to me. So I like it. I really like it.
I think both options, you know, have their time and place. But like for me, like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
same thing, like so this has obviously like a more like square waist because of the Norwegian, but like you can still see. Hopefully, if I can figure out the
yeah.
angle here, like you can still see that the bottom work like still exists.
There's a hump, right? That's a beautiful hump. Not that you're humping anything, but that's a beautiful hump waist at the waist.
You're killing me. I'll have to. I got like everything like set up here.
Hmm.
But like I haven't since I set it up. I haven't actually like used it. So like I only like realized once we started chatting that like whatever angle I did here is not optimal.
Oh, oh well.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Oh, you're still there polishing the shoe up, but we can. I probably like missed. No, no, we're good. I didn't miss any more comments. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or if there's anything you guys want to see, definitely like uh drop those like comments in the video, and I'll pin the link for this video in the comments and description. There we
Hmm.
go. And yeah, I think I'll start working on the videos that I was talking about, and then maybe we can we'll pull up again, maybe actually do a shorter one because I know we keep saying that we're gonna do a shorter one
Yeah,
to make it a little
yeah,
easier. Dude, that's the
yeah,
original shine cloth right there. See, I get so distracted, but
yeah.
yeah,
That's the OG right there. That's
yeah,
the
that's the
OG.
original. I don't even know if I still have that one.
You
Do you?
you lost them. You lost them.
Yogi probably ate it.
I use them. I use them a whole lot. You know, they just, they just got too broken in. I cannot use them anymore.
Yeah, I gotta try these. I think I tried these from Andy like a while ago, but I haven't. Again, I lost them, so I have to. I got some new ones I'm gonna try. Um, but yeah, I don't know. We'll wrap this up, and then I was gonna call you Mr. Renworks. I feel like that's really awkward since
Yeah.
like I know you. So Don, if you want to like hang out for a second, like after we like wrap up, if my batteries don't die, we can finish the posting of this, you know, offline from everything. But yeah, let us know if you guys have any questions or if there are any specific topics you want to kind of chat about or see us chat about next time. And thanks for sticking around. Apologies for the dirty language there at times. It's definitely not. It's not our normal character. So we apologize for that. All right. I hope everyone has a good weekend.
All right. Take care.